Now, look around you. All of these motherfucking MMA fighters know who I am. Your 4, 5, 6 guys versus my whole fucking gang. Do the math. You are surrounded by me. I get there. Brian does not decide to go.
Okay.
I get
by yourself.
By myself. I'm with the Russian mafia. Look at this. Look at this. Russian brown bear. You want to wrestle bear? You know what? You know what? Don't start with me today, man. Got him in Russia. Oops, my bad. So you want to really wrestle bear? Right here, right now. Them. Them out there. You, me, bear. So you do it. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Money, Loyalty, Legacy. My name is Matt.
And you're hanging out with your boy Ross, a.k.a. The Champ.
And today's guest has many accolades. He was a former U.S. Marine, King of the Cage welterweight champion, IFC welterweight superfight champion, WEC welterweight champion, World Fight Council middleweight champion. He is a UFC veteran. He is a Bellator veteran. He's a Strikeforce veteran. He's a Pancrase veteran. He's a Shudo veteran and an N1 veteran. He was a contestant on Season 4 of The Ultimate Fighter. And they say this man is the best dressed man in the history of MMA and martial arts in general. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. International Shonie Carter.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. How y'all doing?
There's too many accolades to list. There's plenty more, guys. We got pages of it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Look at that rating, baby.
I'm just saying. How y'all doing?
Great.
Good.
You know, I got a question for you,
Yes.
Shonie. I want to jump in this real quick.
Let's
right?
do it. Let's do it.
So you were a coach on the show for Little John, right?
Oh my God!
Right now you had a nice little confrontation with your
Yeah.
boy Floyd Mayweather. What do you think about that?
Wow. Okay, people. Y'all, some of y'all were too young to know about MMA and things like that. On the show, it was hilarious because I broke training camp to film that show.
Really?
And a good friend of mine, he's crazy cool, controversial, former arm wrestling world champion. My life crosses over like nuts. Eddie DeLuca. Give you a shout out to Eddie, wherever you're at. So Eddie DeLuca calls me, Shine, we got something for you. And that's how I talk. And so he tells me about it, and I said, Eddie, I'm in training camp for the WEC welterweight world title. Oh, that's no big deal. You'll whoop his ass. That's literally how the big HGH old dude,
Yeah.
and get a form like sizes up his forms are ridiculous. So I'm like, say less, Eddie. I'm your homie. I got friends. They call me. I do what they. That's why I'm here. Shout out to George.
Well, yeah.
All right. So I get flown to Atlanta. Coaches, teammates are pissed because they making time for me.
Right.
They say, we're going to kick your ass when we get back. I'll say less. I'm on it. So literally I go down there, irregardless, under much refute. I get there, and for lack of better terms, it was a shit show. Now, let me explain. If I'm early, and the future Miss ex-girlfriend is off camera, she's right there. There were 2 times I was early. May 3rd, 1972, and the first day of filming on the Iron Ring for BET. If I'm before everybody, there were cameramen that were late. The rappers, do I even need to talk to you about rappers? Yeah, they're in their own little universe. So I'm there, I'm early, I'm before everybody. I actually held the door for a production assistant. Come on in, we waiting on you. So literally, I go, and then they're doing the blah, 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 blah. And at this juncture, I say I'm now like a purple belt in Hollywood. I get some of the stuff. I got stripes in my belt, but I'm not a black belt. I don't know what's going on. I just go with it. And literally, so people are like, well, we have to wait because so-and-so's not here. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean?
Were you talking about Mayweather?
All
Or
of them.
is that okay? When
Floyd.
Floyd was late, though?
Right, he was late.
Okay.
So I get to working out. They had this big, giant, heavy bag. You're sitting on the ground like a full 500 pound. So I'm pip, trying to at least keep up with training. Literally, I get a tap on the shoulder. Floyd said you can't hit that bag. You better get away from me. This ain't the one you want. And
you're looking up at his security guard or
wall,
something?
them dudes.
Okay.
And so I'm pipping. And so then I said, let me turn the switch on, open the gates. And I open the gates very much. Whack! I throw a kick. The bag goes. Tss. Is this what you want? I said, you know what?
You were telling him, like, I'll do this to you, basically.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to be.
And this guy's like a giant. Mayweather's got huge, for people that don't know, massive 7 foot, 400 pound guys.
And these have been 2 victims of 1,100. So, and he said, I don't care who he think he is. I'm like, I've got the, not boxing gloves, not the cute little Grants. I've got the Fairtex, Lumpini Stadium gloves.
The Thai boxing?
Yeah, the ones that's concrete in the gloves.
And Floyd was the one saying, I don't care who he thinks he's talking shit.
Talking shit. I got the cute little, I got the cute little shorts on. Ladies, I know you want a pill. I know. Holla at your boy. If your man wants Speedos, holla at your man. I got you.
Ross might actually
Ross,
down with that.
Thanks, brother.
Right. So, custom orders. I design them for you. So, I'm like, and then, I forget his name. I want to say David Rothman. Whoever the EP was for the show. Shonie, we're going to start filming soon. All right, my man. I give him a strong dap because that switch is on. Like, and I'm like, trying to break the ice with the executive producer. I don't even put on the full shower cologne. I just throw on something. And so he's still me. I'm like.
So you're referring to Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather, right?
Right, yeah, we were good friends.
Okay. Just so people, just to clarify that he's still the that's Mayweather talking shit to you.
And I'm like, who does this cute little pit bull that he's talking to? And they were like, Shonie, cool out. I says, she's seen Clarence. But then there's that other dude behind Clarence. She's not saying, human, I'm hungry. I haven't had blood in a while. And I can get back in the class. So, yeah. And so I go downstairs, I shower, and come back up. Lil Jon is, we're going to get crunk. And I'm like.
This is Lil Jon the rapper. For people that don't know, Lil Jon's phrase was, let's get crunk.
Yeah, let's get crunk.
Can do the yak.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's too much is going on because I'm thinking fighting for the WEC Welterweight World title on set. I'm in Atlanta. Nobody has a whole focus list for me because nobody wants. I have a black belt in karate from Japan, so not anybody holding pads for me. So the fights are going on, and I'm trying to keep that dude out of the scene, locked in the sub basement. And he said something, and then she knows about Clarence. Clarence is the first cousin of Bernie Mac and Red Fox. That dude will chew you out. We'll talk about how you so dumb you will fart in a tub while taking a bath and turn around and bite in the bubble. That is literally who he is. So, I mean, I'll make a judge cuss on Sunday in church. I mean, really. So,
did you find out why Mayweather didn't want you hitting the bag?
What it was is that he thinks he's alpha and omega of the situation. And I get he's got more money than Christ's clouds in the sky on a sunny day in July. But in this small world of mine, I respect him. I respect what he does and done. You know, and I don't trip on any athlete. But when you give me, I'm like, you know, those of us that are really bad boys, we'll stop talking. Then things happen. And I'm that dude to either, Jesus, do I send him back to repair? Oh, I got to leave him here. Oh, yes, sir, yes. I did. My bad.
Did he not know he was dealing with Mr. International or what? Did you guys know who you were? Did he know you were a professional fighter?
No, and that's the worst part about it is because the boxers, and I respect them all, they have this foolish ideology in their brains that 2 pistols in war wins can win a battle.
Right.
And I told people, I've told boxers, you are a bad Rottweiler, you're a badass pit bull in the neighborhood on the block. You run on the treadmill with the dumbbell in your mouth. I'm a fucking lichen. And those who don't know what a lichen werewolf is, look up Lycan, werewolf. And so
They want nothing to do with your smoke.
they didn't want none of it.
So he was just trying to basically just trying to punk you out or something, right?
Right.
He saw you had skill on the bag, right? He might not have known who you
Yeah,
were.
I'm a southpaw.
Yeah.
Pip. I'm throwing double jab, lead hook, left cross, step off with the rear leg roundhouse, or lead leg roundhouse to a lead leg side kick, all on holding my breath while drinking tequila. Catch that up.
So Mayweather is probably intimidated by you then, right? I mean, if he's got the alpha complex, he's probably seen you like beat the shit out of his bag.
Right.
Like, you know
I'm
what I mean?
laughing.
Yeah.
Even when and it goes beyond him, and they snuffed the story. This is amidst the St. Clair Chronicles of my life. Literally, I went to the Anthony Pettis Roy Jones fight.
Right.
I'm a journalist. Trying to get to these good seats. And so after the fight, some of the boxing fans are pissed because Anthony gets the decision. And I forget the little boy's name. Not Bud Crawford. Oh, my God. I just supposed to say his name. One of the boxers you would know. And I went up to Roy Jones Jr. because I painted him. Mm-hmm. I'm an artist. Other than Speedos and slapping Ringos on the butt and accusing her of Photoshop. Well, I paint pictures, I write poetry, and so when he was talking to me, I'm like, and he said something, that boxing is the king of battle. I'm like, human, I'm going to let that slide. And the promoter was like, Shonie, man, you better tell this little motherfucker better go on, man, because I ain't playing with this little.
And who are you referring to?
Okay, let me see this. But I'm trying to think of the little motherfuckers.
Yeah, boxers now?
Boxers.
Gervonta Davis?
No, not Tank. I'm cool. He's a southpaw.
Right.
There's Bud, who actually wrestled.
Let's take it to Mayweather, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you finish that up. So what did his bodyguard say to you when you were like, I want this to be next?
They both looked at each other, and I'm looking at both of them. I said, fellas, it was like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And big dudes.
Giants, yeah.
Yeah, they're giants. I said, look around you. I'm the only motherfucker in this room, and I say like this, I can't make this up. I'm the only motherfucker in this room that's kicking a 500-pound bag, punching a 500-pound bag, and it's moving. It's sitting on the ground. It's sliding. Now, look around you. All of these motherfucking MMA fighters know who I am. Your 4, 5, 6 guys versus my whole fucking gang. Do the math. You are surrounded by me. Now, pshaw. I'm training for a world title fight, and I'm just trying to get the bullshit workout. Look at me, people, work out. And
where's Floyd position? Is he behind them?
He's behind them.
Okay, so there's a wall of these
bodyguards.
And he's talking behind you.
Man, I'm talking wow.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, why is this motherfucker talking behind dudes? I don't need security. Even at the apex of the height of what people knew who I was, and I'd be walking around Chicago. I'd go shopping at Jewel Osco or Walgreens. I have a 7-day bus card. Even if I'm driving a car, I pump my own gas. I remember when Chuck Liddell, when he was a UFC champion, he had a Ferrari that was given to him by the UFC. He had a friend, Cruz Gomez. Cruz had to take the car to go get gas in the car. Because that's California.
Yeah.
But even when I would go to expos, and when I would go to Vegas, I bumped into Floyd in the Hard Rock.
Did he remember you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So what? Why was he? So this is your first interaction with him. So when you're hitting the bag, the bodyguards come up. Floyd doesn't want you to do that. Blah blah blah. This is your first time interacting with him, right?
Yeah.
And he's just talking. And this is the start of the show. This is your first initial meeting, right?
Yeah.
And you don't know why he's probably just intimidated by you, threatened by you.
I'm just like, why is Floyd barking up a tree, trying to poke the fucking lichen werewolf?
Yeah.
And people think I'm making this stuff up. I said, I can show you a picture of me wearing a kilt and a top hat on the side of the pyramid of Giza. I don't make stuff up. And literally, I'm like, little Negro boy, little man child, leave me alone. I'm just trying to get like 4 or 5 rounds, not even 5s. I just need a quick 5 3-minute rounds, break a sweat, go shower, get ready for the show. Like I'm doing now. Here's that voice, ladies and gentlemen. Here's that voice. And I'm trying to get into the mode of the ebb and flow.
Yeah.
He's interrupting my process.
So after you're like, y'all, you know, this is my gang around me, right?
Yeah.
Like what happened? Like how did the confrontation get alleviated? So after they realized they're outnumbered, right? So
yeah, they whisked away, and
okay.
I want to say his name was David Roth. It's David something.
Okay.
And he's like, Shonie. I'm like, would you mind going and get dressed? And says, yes, but these other certain individuals of the hip hop community are not here yet. So as I go throw on the I have the suit from when Jim Carrey played The Mask.
No, nice.
And I have that same yellow zoot suit.
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course I do.
I think they got the show. You had that first. We'll just go with that.
Yeah, you will just go.
You had that.
I had the lavender, the fedora with the lavender tie and shirt with the lavender square tips. She's a big fan of my square tip shoes. And so
Mayweather probably saw your flash. He's probably like
a little taken back.
This guy's outdoing me.
Yeah,
right.
You're hitting the bag, you're kicking it, you're moving it. He ain't moving that thing.
Right.
So
and I'm like, and I've told people in other interviews, I respect that 50-0. There were fighters like Joe Louis and Willie Pep and all those old school boxers who don't get the credit for winning, even if they lost a fight or two. Somebody has a record of 118 wins on their record. People, 50 times trying hard, and he did fight some legit guys. I'm not knocking De La Hoya. I'm not knocking anybody that he fought. But come on, man. Really? You bragging about 50-0, and people are looking at the number 50-0.
Yeah.
There are people like me who I did underground fights in Chicago at the Tropicana de Cache on Milwaukee and Armitage. In one night, I fought 6 or 7 guys. I never left the ring.
Yeah, let's touch on that. So
yeah,
I would love.
I've got footage.
I completely believe it. And I would say like you're like the godfather of the MMA world.
Yeah, I left.
So many feats. I mean, you go. Whatever. You just keeps going with all your stuff.
Hundreds of fights.
Yes. I mean,
hundreds.
How, you would know better than the internet. How many actual fights you had? Because the numbers are bounced around 194 to 50-something kickboxing to 51.
I have left. I have not quite 100 kickboxing matches. I'm over 80 that I know, and that comes from even. Okay, let me explain. So the club at the Tropicana, you walk in. You two walk in. You the kickboxer, you're the grappler. You want to challenge me in grappling. Pick your poison, player. You want pancration, judo, jiu-jitsu, Greco-Roman wrestling, freestyle wrestling, catch as catch can. Do you want to do kushti? Do you want to do sumo? And yeah, I got you. Pick your poison. You come in. I want to do American kickboxing. You want to do Muay Thai, Sanshao, Sanda, or Lethwei. You pick the rules. Lethwei is kickboxing that rivals the ties with headbutts that if you knock somebody out, it does not end the fight. 2 minutes to wake up and decide if you want to continue. I've trained in that. So I've done judo, jiu-jitsu, American jiu-jitsu, Japanese jiu-jitsu. I'm a brown belt in BJJ. That is my most junior belt.
All-American collegiate wrestler as well.
Right. And I left 96 Olympic trials, the Greco-Roman wrestling, 2 world teams, the Rakutsi Cup in Budapest, Hungary, and the Grand Prix of Austria. And I laugh when the UFC commentators talk about the most decorated and the GOAT. I said, well, I'm not a GOAT. I'm a bull. May 3rd, 72, mixed mid Taurus. Yeah. And literally, I laugh about it because all I've ever wanted to do was try to escape poverty, escape the troubles, escape getting in trouble. And even though there's a plethora of successes, I won't even call them fail, because fail to me, first attempt in learning. Another 4 for you.
Nice.
And and I say something about the number 4. That's the most prevalent number in your everyday life. But that's a whole thing. But I tell people when I compete in judo tournaments, I've won the new breed. I've won multiple Naga tournaments. I've trained with Carlson Gracie Sr.
Nice.
Unbeknownst to my instructor, Master Rob Sherman of Combat Do Jiu-Jitsu, who rivaled them. He actually fought Carlson Gracie Jr. I've actually trained with Carlson Jr. sporadically. Tony Cicchini with catch wrestling. I've splashed a couple times with Master Doug Tono with the Tokan Judo. I've done kickboxing, Muay Thai with Jimmy Glasgow at Chicago Muay Thai, Chicago MMA. It's crazy I can keep these mind names.
No, I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chicago fighters,
Yes.
you know the gentlemen and the ladies over at Valley Flow. You trained with Bilal and Juliana Pena.
Juliana Pena and, let's talk about that art. Yeah. So when Juliana Pena fought Amanda Nunes, there was a picture that came up when Juliana's daughter stood behind it. It basically screamed to me, "Mommy, I got your back." And literally that spoke volumes. And to most people, they won't get it. But coming from me, I remember when there were no ring girls. I remember if there was a woman in the audience, you could see her like this. She didn't want to be there. I remember if you had a ring girl, the cage was square, and literally that was a ring girl. The promoter gave her $50 worth of beer tickets, and she carried the card halfway. I remember some chick getting in the cage when luckily it was a square, and I said, "Boo boo, I think you should take them heels off. It's a soft canvas." I got this. I said, "You know what? I'm just saying." And I'm the fighter.
Yeah.
I'm about to walk in the cage. I said, "Well, you gonna help me out? Help me in?" I'm like, "Say less." And literally, I stick my hand out. I help her up and walk up the stairs. She's holding the card upside down. I'm like, "Time out." I'm the fighter. Right. I said, "Card's upside down." Smack her on the butt. Psh, go. And she's like, "Hey, I have a boyfriend for now." And so
now were these like, real quick, take it back to those when you fought, you said like 8 times in one night.
Yeah.
Now 6. What was like, paint a picture for people, because even for myself, that, all right, what are you walking away with pay wise? What are you?
It was crazy. I may have made $600.
Jeez.
This is nuts because it was in a nightclub right there in Bucktown, in Chicago. So it was hilarious. I've done 2-on-2 or 3 versus 1, and that's like all 3 in the ring at the same time. But the 6th fight was you jump in, and if you want, you tap out, then you jump in, and you get tired, and they jump in, you can jump back in. And another guy in the audience comes in. I have this on VHS. She has seen the footage, and I laughed speeding forward to when Jorge Masvidal and Nick Diaz fought for the BMF belt. I said, "Where's mine, mother?"
Right?
you actually I actually did this.
Yeah. How long was it from the first guy to the
It depended, because literally the first guy, I'm like, and I'm the get warmed up guy. I'm not coming out, bang, 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 bang. I'm like, let me sugarfoot around, because even today, most people have a problem with southpaws. So I'm moving, and I'm like, okay, let me go and get it on up out of here. Oh, yeah, I feel good. Spine is cracked. And so because at the time, nobody knew about Greco-Roman wrestling or judo. They give credit to Ronda Rousey and Carl Parisian. I threw Brad Gum in UFC 22 like 8 times in a 2 5-minute round fight. But when I was doing that for those fights, I was not very business savvy of it, and people now try to get me to upload the fight footage. I'm like, that's how I was doing on OnlyFans. I will have OnlyFans. Why you don't have fights on OnlyFans? I don't think you're going to get as me and Speedo yet. And I have fight footage that's not on UFC Fight Pass of me fighting. And it was crazy because would get a fight call within an hour. I'm right here in Chicago. I fought, that was the craziest thing I ever did and got away with. I fought an 11-time world Muay Thai champion on an hour notice at St. Andrew's Gym. His name is Manson Gibson. He's from Chicago. He was known as the Black Bruce Lee, the Muay Thai killer, because he actually beat the guy who beat Rick Rufus in Muay Thai. He kicked him out the ring. The foot's on YouTube. And I've even interviewed him, but I didn't quite get it. I'm like, yeah, Bangkok Brawl, all strikes legal. Kicking to the dick. Headbutts, elbow, 12 to 6s, everything. And so I didn't know who he was. And I'm at Combat Doe over there, just 5901 West Roosevelt, 1 block east of Austin and Roosevelt. And we grabbed literally, Bob drove a green Econoline van. I grabbed my gym bag, threw the stuff in. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. We're in the van. I'm throwing on one of the cute Shonie suits. And I'm thinking it's going to be like a major production. I'm thinking, I'm about to get paid. I'm about to get off the west side. I actually live at 4223 West End. See, I told you my brain is okay. I had an MRI. I reposted the MRI CAT scan. People say I repeat a lot. Shut up. It's my job. So it happens.
You're going really well right now.
Right.
I'm telling you are just, you got it together.
I remember it.
You're good.
And so I switch over. I get there, and it's a gymnasium. Whatevs. Let's run it. How much am I getting paid? And at first my understanding was $1,000. I'm like, $1,000? Okay, that's just to give me your money. The loser gets $250. The winner gets $1,000. Fighting an 11-time world champion.
So how did this go? Teasing us.
Okay, yeah. Here's the crazy part. 1 5-minute round. Everything goes.
Right.
I win. Won by decision.
Okay.
Because I even dumped him a few. My Greco-Roman gonna come in.
Anything goes. So you could throw and do slams.
They didn't want no grappling.
Okay.
So
Wait,
I'm like,
clinched him.
Yeah, clinch. And so he threw a spinning back. He kicked me with a side kick, and I was young. I was too dumb to stay down. I ain't done with you yet. And I'm trying to throw a football 2,000 yards, trying to throw a right hand. And it missed. I've got this all on video, I promise. Even when I jumped into the ring, I had the Bruce Lee Game of Death tracksuit.
Nice.
Yeah, I was there.
Nice.
I'm winging, bombing, right. He threw a spinning back fist at me. I shot a double leg. It was a fight.
Right.
It's not a kickboxing. This is a damn fight.
Right.
And I backstep trip him. It's called Tiny Otoshi. I teach it. Come see me. All right. I'm everywhere. Chicago. I'm in Apex House of Grappling. Holla at your boy. So back to the fight. I'm literally, and literally they call an announcement of the decision. And I'm like, rah! I was working in a strip club at the time. I told the club owner he brings the 2 skinniest, no acid tall ass strippers that he could find. I'm like, I was surprised how they were able to walk. I understand the anatomy. And I'm like, really? She got on furry booty shorts in there. And I'm like, you bring these 2 Mr. Sandwich for 8 days of their life as strippers. And, of course, there's a plethora of options.
How many people are there?
It's a full house.
Really?
It's about 1,100 people in St. Andrew's Gym.
What happened to the other opponent for you to get the call?
Manson went on his little skibbity-bibbity day, got his 250, and he disappeared. And he was unfortunately into drinking and drugs, and it was crazy because he had been all in Japan, beating people's ass. He has 118 documented wins with over 100 knockouts.
Nice.
And people talk about they tell what their fight. No, I'm sorry, 80 knockouts. Excuse me, 81 knockouts. I'm the guy who beat him. I beat him by decision. Then we fought again. He beats me by decision, and they did it because I fought him the second time. They were hoping to have a trilogy, and I'm like, because I knew what it was. It was for business, not stats. Because at this juncture, I was the up and coming kid, not quite in. I wasn't even in the UFC yet.
Okay.
I had over 70, maybe 80 fights before I got into the UFC.
Yeah.
I fought Manson, and then I fought Pat Miletich before He was the world champion for the UFC.
How was that?
Yeah, let's get into him real quick. So Pat, so people don't know. You got to understand that the younger generation, people that might watch this, might not know who Pat Miletich is.
Right.
They might not be familiar with
Horrible.
the old school. But the Miletich fighting systems was paramount in the early days of MMA and the UFC. Like they used to be one of the dominant groups.
The top
what
three.
I mean? So a lot of younger people that are big into the UFC now don't know about the old school.
Right. I mean, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your professor, Mr. International. You should go into MMA History 101.
Google Pat Miletich.
The first UFC lightweight champion for the UFC.
Correct.
And then they did the realignment and he became the welterweight world champion and so on. Well, I'm on the up and coming, and people got wind of me doing underground fights. It became so epic, she don't know this part, that God rest his soul, Kimbo Slice, they challenged me.
Kimbo did in Florida?
You
want you to
got
come
to Florida. They wanted me to come down
You
and
were
fight.
down to fight him?
Right.
When like the YouTube thing was about to
Right, when it was blowing, it was coming up.
Really?
I didn't know, because I'm a tough nerd. I can talk about the glycolysis cycle, the citric cycle, the ATP process, human anatomy in Latin. But I was fighting. I'm painting pictures.
Did you want to go down there though? When they challenged you,
at
or
this
you just
point,
like, no?
I was getting frustrated. I even told Ruben Pazmino, the former owner of the Tropicana, I need some more money, man, because I was do y'all remember Cable Man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was a cable man.
Okay.
So during the day, I'm a cable man for Media One Cable. I'm dropping plugs like everywhere. So I was a cable man for them. Combat during the evening, I was throw the cones out on the truck in front of Combat Door every day and work out during my work shift and then go back to work, eat pizza at an old pizza joint across the street, go back to work. Then I would go do fights on Tuesdays, fights for the Midwest Circuit with Tom Latuli on Fridays, go to work. After I would go to work at a strip club called Scarlett's on Clinton and Polk, right across the street from the post office downtown. After all of this, the strip club, then go from the strip club at 4 in the morning to work or go work out, then go to work. This was an ongoing. I was collecting money. Cable man, strip club, health club, nightclub. 7 routes on being a millionaire. 7 streets.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to find him still. And so the fights, when I fought Pat, it was in a baseball field in Davenport, Iowa. And Pat Miletich, to this day, will tell you I am the only person in his entire career to have ever thrown him.
Nice.
Yeah, and even Jackie Calum, the female superpower in boxing promoter, she came to my house and my apartment at the time, and she was like, I didn't know who Jackie Calum was because I'm thinking, human, all the time. And she was like, she got wind of me.
Yeah.
And anybody want to fact check, y'all know Jackie Calum, ask her about me. She came to my apartment and she saw footage of me. I don't know how. There was no internet like that, no websites. She's like, are these people letting you throw them? I said, no. She said, you mean you can walk out the door and throw people around? I said, the biggest, baddest motherfucker walking around, I'm going to throw them. Anybody met us, you and me, little Miss Q Booty, we can walk to that hood-ass store, are safe. I said, because everybody knows about me. And because she heard about the underground fights.
Yeah.
NBC heard about it. NBC got it shut down because even our fine first responders would come and watch the fights. And I didn't think about it because if I see you as an officer or a fireman or a paramedic, high five, give me knuckles, right? I'll be right back. So,
was there ever a time, from the start of your training, fighting from bare knuckle to underground to where you're at now, any nervousness?
Let me tell you what's got me stopping. Okay. Yeah, let me explain. Even though I had let's just be soft, over 80, 90 fights at that time, young in my career.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had done a bunch of fighting. Never got scared of a Homo sapien. My first UFC 22, and I puked in the locker room. Fans, when y'all could get backstage, All of a sudden, I felt some boobs on my back and getting a massage. I'm puking in the toilet. It's going to be okay, baby. You're going to be fine. I'm like, it is already. And literally, I sit up, and the next thing you know, the hands get yanked away. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Phyllis Lee, the horrible manager I had, the mother of the pro wrestler, X-Pac 123 kid, she was my manager. Get your, and she was an ex-pro wrestler. She threw tits and ass out the locker. I'm like, what are you doing? You're here to fight, not to fuck some bitch. I'm like, and it's out of a woman's mouth. I'm not making this up. My training partner's like, bro. I'm like, bro, really? Really? And so, literally, after the puke, 3 minutes, that is the worst fucking feeling. That 5 minute, that 2 minute knock. I don't know if they still do it. I'm like, oh. So you do the walk. Kill him! Ah! You hear all that. Those 3-4 steps, it's cold. You're barefooted. Don't hug me. To this day, I tell you, don't hug me. I don't need no affection. I don't want no soft thoughts in my head. Then, human. That guy comes out. I am not giving a fuck about your and the outcome of your well-being. And then, within that moment, if I'm like I've cracked one guy's skull open with a down elbow. I knew how to cheat cut. This is illegal, but from 3 to 9 with a smiley face is technically illegal. But they don't understand anatomy and Archimedes and centrifugal force. So I don't say anything. So I cut this guy's skull open, but this particular fight, I'm talking about with Brad Gum, he looked like he was too young to be in attendance to an MMA show. And, of course, I throw him around the cage. Dan Severn was my referee. I whooped his ass easily. I'm not even thinking about finishing because in that moment, applying the submission, in those days, I'm trying to murk your ass. I don't even care. Let me just beat you to death. Let me put on a show. Let me just have fun. There was no performance bonus, of course. Don't lie to me. But that was SEMA 4 Entertainment Group, also SEG.
Right.
And literally, I wasn't afraid. Like I was getting back to Pat Military. I wasn't afraid of fighting him.
Yeah.
I wasn't. And then there was a time they took it all away. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to sound crazy, but you're talking to me. When I wrestled a bear in Russia.
Really?
Yeah, I did it way before Khabib. Way before Khabib. He was a baby.
Yeah, we gotta get into this.
Yeah,
let's go right into that. So, how did you arrange getting wrestling a bear in Russia?
St. Petersburg, Russia.
Okay,
this is nuts. So, God rest his soul, Brian Gasaway was a training partner of mine, and he actually did one fight in the UFC. He lost to Diego Sanchez.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We were like the flaming swords amongst the MMA world in Chicago, and in the World Shotokan organization. Brian was a world champion in bare-knuckle karate and Muay Thai kickboxing. I was the U.S. champion. That's a whole other side story, by the way.
Right.
And so, essentially, Brian, he calls me. Like, what's up, player? We were brothers, like no other.
Like, Shonie, I got a bear for you to wrestle.
Right.
So, I got a guy.
Like what?
I got a guy.
Brian is supposed to fight in Russia. I said, say less, player. I'm getting my shit on because I'm all about traveling. I'm trying to get the hell out of Chicago. I got issues and situations. So before we get off the phone, he's talking about he's supposed to do this 8-man tournament. I said, oh, it's only 3 fights. What the f? He's like, bro, it's serious. My dude is Russia, whatever. This is the Marine talking. Right. Not the MMA fight. This is the Marine. Man, this ain't, I'll kick their ass. You ain't don't worry, you good with me. I'm your man. We're going to start training. I'm getting dressed. I was supposed to go to the gym to train. I had to stop off real quick. I had to make this quick stop. The Russian consulate. I'm going to guarantee my trip. I need my trip more than you need to fight. I need my trip more than you need to get in shape. I need that trip more than everything. Because I'm thinking Russia. Now, I've never been to Russia.
Okay.
Been back since. So, literally, I got my visa that day. Right that morning. Got the right from how. Too long of a story. So
you get there though, right?
I get there. Brian does not decide to go.
Okay.
I get
By yourself.
by myself. I'm with the Russian mafia.
How did you get mixed up with them? So you land, you get linked up with the Russian mafia?
Yeah.
They know who you are just from the fight world?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're Mr. International,
Right, Mr.
obviously.
International.
So then
They're expecting Brian to fight.
So yeah,
I told him Brian missed his fight. He'd be right there.
right.
Yeah, I'm running the game.
So this is with the Russian mobsters, right? So you're
Right.
trying to make up for your
Vadim
friend, right?
Finkelstein and all of them. Yeah.
Okay, so then they're like, Shonie, we got this bear over here. We want to see.
No. That's not even. That's later.
Okay.
That's candy on the lollipop. So literally, I'm kicking it around Russia all week
With the mafia or
with the Russian mafia. I'm doing it
where are they taking you? Like
everywhere,
bars, like
wherever I wanted to go.
like bars, clubs, restaurants,
Bro, we do
women
not do
everywhere.
It, we do not do it big in America.
Yeah.
I tell people, rookies. So I'm with them, and it says Shonie. Brian Gassowitz says he's not coming. You mean? I know he won't. I know. I'm playing it off. I said, man, that's some bullshit. I'm all the way over here. I'm by my goddamn self. What the hell, man? I've been sitting over. I can't make a phone call. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in Russia. Okay, so what we gonna do? You took me out the hotel. You got me on this boat on the Neva River, which led to Siberia, north, south, east, west, whatever. And they were like, Shonie, we're going to take you out the hotel, put you on the boat, and you're going to train, and you're going to fight.
Now, did you kind of think that was going to happen anyways? You're like, hell yeah, if they're going to pay me, then I'm in.
Right.
So
I'm trying to be slick.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to be slick. I'm thinking a fight. I'm walking around 85% anyway. And so
they take you there?
they take me to the fight venue.
Okay.
No. They got steroids over there that we ain't going to ever get.
Right.
These dudes were like, I'm like, oh, so you're going to bring Drago's kids up. I got the player. And so all the guys are like, you're not scared?
Mr. International.
What did you say tonight? You asked me if I'm scared. You just call me scared?
Right.
Or you American scared? I'm like, okay, you done f***ed up, pimping.
This is the Russian mafia.
Yeah, we did all the other fighters, too. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a fucking U.S. Marine.
Yeah.
I'm an American Eagle dipped in chocolate. I forgot. I'm in Russia.
Yeah.
The hood came out in me.
Yeah.
Right.
It's on. You first round. You and me, we gonna dance to the boogity boogity.
Right.
And so, literally, oh, you want to do the tournament? I don't give a fuck. Everybody's ass getting whoopings. Let me take off my belt. I'm like talking bad.
Right.
So, I go to the first fight, and I beat this motherfucker so bad. The ref stopped the fight for 1 second and says, illegal shot. I'm like, what? There's a fight. We in Russia. Ain't no illegal nothing. And what it was, I threw him, but they big on their sambo. Whatever, motherfucker. I did that, tried that shit too. They call it Greco-Roman and judo. So I threw him, and he gives me his back. I'm trying to serve up ass with him from the west side of Chicago. He turns his head. That's his fault. I'm left-handed. So I punch him in the back of the head. The ref stops it, stands us up. Point. Che faci? Как si stava compresh? What the why? What's up? I'm talking bad shit. I'm in Russia. And so, finished the fight. I said, I got some for you. I learned this here. So I stopped throwing the jab because I know he's going to pick up my timing. And they fight very tight. Tick, tock, tick. There it is. Hit him up. I learned from Mike Tyson.
Right.
Lead hook, lead uppercut off the southpaw modified lead. I get him down. I end the fight beating his ass. I even did the Donkey Kong. I punched him on both sides of the ribs. Brag. You wait. You did anticipation waiting.
Right.
Why they taking so fucking long? Fuck, they taking so long for? Even if you take away a point, I'd whoop this dude's ass 2 other rounds. Worst case scenario, split majority decision. I know the math.
Yeah.
They can't even raise his hand because I broke his ribs.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, are you fucking?
They gave him the fight?
They gave him the fight. Back in the day, there was a guy in Russia named, he was in the UFC, named Andrei Semenev. He was the Russian experiment. Guess who would have had him next?
Nice.
I didn't give a fuck about the Russian experiment. And literally, then I started.
There is an experiment I'm curious about, a Russian experiment. What happened to you in fighting this bear?
I'm leading into that. This is where I'm going. That's where I was going. So I'm walking out. I'm walking out through the audience. And I'm like, and they will applaud me. People boring, but they applaud me. I go backstage and I'm standing there pissed. This is some bullshit, Vadim. You know there's some fucking bullshit. You know I whooped that dude's ass. So then I'm talking. She said, "Don't let him, Mr. Carter. We pay you as if you won." No, it ain't about that. You know what I wanted. So this man comes walking, the Russian old dude. Look at this. Look at this. Russian brown bear. You want to wrestle bear? You know what? You know what? Don't start with me today, man. Got him in Russian. Oops, my bad. So you want to really wrestle bear? Right here, right now. Them out there. You, me, bear. So you do it. Let's go. Boogity,
this
boogie.
is in the backstage.
Okay. Limos and all the
How big is this bear?
It's got, okay, right now I'm 5'8.5", according to the doctor. I'm going to check her vision. I still think I'm 5'9.5". So I'm 5'9.5". The bear's cute because I pet him on the head. He says something in Russian. It says, "Don't punch bear, don't pull hair." Who the pulls hair? I'm not a bitch. I'm a U.S. Marine. He said something in Russian. That bear stood up. I'm like, it's going to be fucked up. It's fucked up.
So you just went in?
I had to.
Do you have a mask on his face?
He's muzzled.
Okay.
There's no claws.
Okay.
I tried to bear hug a bear. It works great on Homo sapiens. Works great. I got pictures for y'all. I can prove it. So, literally, we get to tussling and falling, knocking over. He threw this bear and threw me into the inside of this damn big, the limo. There's a body print somewhere in Russia of me.
Are you in the back or you're outside, like, to go into a car?
Backstage.
Backstage, like,
Backstage.
water and shit. Where
Everything.
Like truss table.
Yeah, people are getting ready to, like, walk out. And
I'm in my little red, white, and blue
you just
flag
got done
Speedo.
fighting.
Yeah, I'm in my Speedo.
So you and the bear just tussling all over
Tussling, knocking
backstage.
over. Get up, the storage boxes, the production equipment.
I'm just pissed off.
I'm pissed. And so I'm like, and we roll. And I'm trying to the one time I think, go from a double to a single, and they have a reverse hinge. You can't shoot on a bear. I was trying out for the U.S. Olympic wrestling team, so I figured go from double to single, then come up to a high dive clinch, and then side tip him. It works great on humans, not on bears.
You couldn't get your arms around him.
My fingers were like, real talk. My reach at 5'8" should be 68 inches. My wingspan is that of 74 and a half. Right, for a short man, I got long arms. I'm thinking, I got this. So this bear went, and I dropped to my knees.
What did it do? It slammed down on you?
Yeah, slammed down on me. And literally he pummeled on top of me. I'm just rolling and feedling and rolling. And
so real quick.
Yeah.
So it seemed like there was like 3 or 4 people. They were kind of just saw this about to go down.
There were people.
And but then people were just everywhere just like, what the f- is going on right now?
There's a bunch of noise. Shit is shaking up under the stairs. And literally, the guy says something because I'm conscious of, first I'm conscious. 2, I'm aware of my situation because of training. And so, you.
To the bear.
Yeah, because to the bear. And it says, and they stop and it's like it's a giant show backstage. And so I says, you owe me money. You owe me money for 2 fights. So I go back to the very sterile, basic-ass locker room. They did have a shower. The water was hot. I sat in in my Speedo, put the hair on the tile. I must have said, I know I was about 30 minutes in the shower. And I sat there, everything fucking hurts.
Yeah.
So the adrenaline dropped like what happened last night. I literally get suited up, back up. And so I walk back out, and then the Russian ladies come up on me. I take pictures with people. Then at this juncture, I got fans. I got fans in Russia. I pulled off the bigger than Jesse Owens trick. I got fans. And so I'm in Russia. I'm taking pictures, smacking them on there, smacking folks in the back of the head, doing the fake, like I'm about to suplex. So I'm taking pictures. Vadim actually likes it because I'm actually interacting with the fans. I'm trying to steal the show. After the show, he pays me whatever the fuck he pays me. It was nowhere near enough. Literally, we leave there. We go to some casino, Russian casino. I ain't saying it was like Harrah's or the Vegas Strip. This is Russia. I walk in. All of the bartenders and the casino dealers are women. Tits are out.
They're all described for the audience. What do they look like? Beautiful women?
All of them.
Yeah.
Not one. Maybe they may have had 100 good-looking chicks and one ugly one. I was looking for the ugly one. And so just to see. So they bring me the vodka. Oh, I had shots of vodka before the wrestling match.
With the bear?
You with the bear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Of course.
And so,
I would hope so.
Yeah. And Russian vodka is different from the shit we got here.
I was going to say, they probably got you all geeked up.
Oh, my God. That vodka can start a damn 18-wheeler. So I had 2-3 more shots, and now I'm a little bit like, okay. And she knows I am about drinking. Back in the day, if I was out in the club in Chicago, I would have one drink because I was always aware that I don't want to have a problem because in Chicago, like years ago, 20-something years, almost 30 years ago, we should have been together. But because of Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all of the athletes were getting in trouble with the women in Chicago. And I said, no, I ain't got the budget to get out of jail. Somebody say I did something. So I didn't mess with, I hardly ever messed with any women from Chicago. I'd go act a damn fool overseas, come home, I was choir boy. They're dressed weird. But when you're in Russia, that is a whole 100 levels up. They literally took me, and I was driving down to one of the Russian boulevards. Somebody didn't pay a cop, and yeah, that shit happens. Right there.
What happens?
Popped or like beat up?
They popped him.
Shot him?
Drug dealer.
Really?
Drug dealer. Popped him.
The cop did?
Yeah, and they showed it to me. And people wonder, well, I got PTSD. I got problems trying to solve daily. So I'm literally like, holy shit. And there was no evil smartphones around. So we go driving and we leave the casino thing and we go to a graveyard. You ever see the old stories like the old fat lady with the apron and the bonnet? Mm-hmm. She pushes the gate open and the cars zoom. They bob and I say, I done pissed off somebody. I'm about to die in Russia.
Who's driving you at this point?
You get Russian dude.
Like mobsters?
Did you have like one guy that kind of like was with you the whole time?
Yes.
A caretaker.
But then other than that, he had his people and it was just whatever.
It was such a, what the is next going to happen?
Wait, now this is right after you just wrestled the bear.
Right.
Okay.
The casino with the topless dealers and we go to the cemetery. Oh, what the... And so then I'm trying to arm myself to get tough for one last fight. So literally, I took my passport out of my pocket, and I had the spandex shirt. I still got that shirt. It's a body lock shirt. It's that dark blue one I got. This raggedy as I won't throw away. And so I put it in my chest. Because I said, whatever the happens, you are not getting my American passport. I know there's like $30,000 on the black market. If y'all didn't know. I'm just saying. Yeah. So we walk up to this giant mausoleum. I'm like, this is where I die. Okay, I'm fighting everybody up in this bitch.
You're not still wearing your spandex, are you?
I had some spandex, but not my Speedos.
Speedos, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So literally, they're like, Shonie, go. I'm like, okay. We get in this door. I'm fighting everybody. I don't get there's a bullet to the head. I don't get. So when the guy grabs me, he just stop. I'm like, what's up? What's up? I'm cool. What's up? I'm trying to woosah at this moment. He says, you know what this is? He pulls it up. I'm like, ah, damn, it's a hammerless recoil. No, it's a Glock. Flash suppressor, figure line. What I need this for? So Oh, it's a passive laser on it. It's nice. I'm like, what? No, you keep. You mean? Okay, I'm lefty. What's up? He's like, you have to watch out for the Bolsheviks. Bolsheviks? I said, hey, man, they not around no more. I said, the Mensheviks, Bolsheviks. I said, y'all still got gangs like that? For real? Oh, that's right. I'm with y'all. Yeah.
What is it? What is
The
people that don't know?
Bolsheviks and the Mensheviks.
These
One
are-
was for the old-ass faction. One was pro-government, one was against the government. And then, of course, they had others, like in America, we have splinter cells of different gangs. And so I'm like, what the f*** ever? If I have to pull out a hammerless recoil flash suppressor Glock and start squeezing rounds down range, I'm dead. Because that's a concrete door I'm about to go through. Whatever. So I go back, and putting it in. We go into the door, dark. The next door, there she is. Tits. I met Tits first, then she walked forward. The girlfriend snatched the coat off me. The Glock is sitting right there because I'm a left draw. And literally, she comes up to me. She sticks her tongue down my throat. And I knew my passport was here. I don't carry a wallet overseas. I leave that shit back in America. I ain't paying for shit. I don't need to take a wallet. Like one ID, driver's license, passport. I don't need shit else. So literally, I'm like, what the? Just that on her, it was on her tongue. All of a sudden, I start feeling sensitive. I'm like, what the? This bitch just lifted. And I'm starting trippy. I'm like, oh. She put ecstasy on my tongue.
And where are you at? You're inside the graveyard.
I'm in St. Petersburg, Russia, in a graveyard.
Yeah, right, but you're in a
big ass, like a castle mausoleum.
A mausoleum, okay.
Yeah, but it was big. It was big. It was like a residential mausoleum. Should have moved in. Would have been happy.
So now you're on X. You're in this mausoleum. You don't know what's going on. You have a gun. You just got done wrestling a bear.
Well, I can't make this shit up.
So what happens?
So I go take a piss, and I'm like, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. So, and then I see people walking out with trays of line of Coke. I'm like, holy guy just get a shot of water, a glass of water. I'm trying to figure out, because I'm a trainer all these years, I'm trying to figure out how to sober myself up. If you're drunk, your body cannot go through the glycolysis cycle because of dehydration. But I'm like, I'm trying to get sober, and there's nothing to drink sober in Russia. So, of course, give me a glass of water. My stupid. It's vodka. So now I'm good and loosey goosey. I'm walking around feeling.
Is this a party?
Yeah,
This is this how they do. This is what they do on the weekend, man. I'm walking
sounds
around.
like a rave or something.
Dude, bruh. So I go up to the third or second well above Earth, and there's a pool table. Okay, because she knows I play a lot of games on my phone. Because she fussed at me because I would play on my phone. I'm coping. I had coping mechanisms. So I don't have my phone though. So I thought it was a regular table. It's a fucking snooker table, no pockets. So I'm like, how the fuck you play snooker? Red and white balls. Whatever. Give me that stick. I took the stick from the little guy. Not the little guy. He's somebody important. But I didn't know. I didn't get a memo. Fax, tweet, Skype at the time. Didn't get it.
How many? So what are these guys? You guys wearing suits and stuff?
Oh, it was suits. It was all suits.
These are like mobsters.
Yeah. It was
Mafias, okay.
Tits and ass and suits. That's what you get. That's all you get. No Levi's, no none of this. It was me. It was me and them. I'm the black guy on campus. B-Mock. So literally, I'm over and I start trying to figure out. I'm just shooting just to shoot. You want to play? Say less. Let's do it. My man, comrade. Don't call him comrade. Oops, my bad. My bad, homie. Good guy. We on the same team. We cool. Knuckles. So we get into playing, and he's trying to explain the game. Mind you, I'm a gluck down with you in the X and the vodka, then the other shots of vodka. Bear wrestling match, cage fight, one night. This happened.
Graveyard.
You still got the gun on you?
Get the gun on me. I see a dope dealer get shot and killed in the street. Tits ass. I'm there. So I'm playing. And so apparently I'm doing good because people are like, oh, you played this before. No, I didn't. I'm trying to figure this shit out. I'm just shooting because I flunked algebra 9 times. I'm trying to understand geometry. I'm doing whatever the fuck I do. And he says, you know who I am? I said, first time seeing you, first and last time. Let's do it now. Hi, I'm Shonie Carter, Mr. International. What's good? Russian Spetsnaz agent. Goddamn Russian Spetsnaz agent. I'm playing snooker in Russia, drunk on Russian vodka after wrestling a bear, playing snooker in a graveyard with a Russian Spetsnaz agent. People I cannot make.
On ecstasy.
On ecstasy.
With a pistol in his hip.
With a semi-automatic Glock on my hip. With my passport on my left pectoral. With a bear scar on my right shoulder. She has seen it.
So what happens after that? After he introduces himself,
we kept playing snooker.
yeah.
Tits and ass on my face, and I'm like, okay, yo. I said, I admitted it. I said, listen, after a bad wrestling match, fighting an MMA fight, too much vodka, ecstasy on my tongue, I'm not. I literally said that because I've always been like, could I have? Yes. I don't need no Russian black kids coming up to me 18 years later.
So this was a woman that approached you while you're playing while you were playing the game. Okay.
With the dude.
So he's interacting with you. You guys enter interaction, and women are just coming up to you.
It was. I'm the black guy. I'm Exotica. I forgot Exotica. I'm like, what the fuck? I need a Hall of Fame just for getting out. And then the speed ahead, decade later or so, I'm at the Action Martial Arts Hall of Fame Banquet and Expo. I'm in front of Dan Severn, Cynthia Rothrock, Trini Pellegrini, Donna Dragon Wilson, Benny the Jet Urquidez, Michael Jai White, Cynthia Banner Rodriguez, Dr. Samuel, Grandmaster Samuel Kwok, on and on, the OGs. I'm with them. I'm at the big kids table, not out there with the minions, with the little, they had to wait in the buffet line. I get my food brought to me. I'm telling the story like I'm talking to you. They're like, I'm not making this up. I'm not. I'll be right back. So they had the archers with the Japanese archers and all this stuff. We took a break. So I'm standing there talking to somebody, the front row minion, that's right by the VIP table. I'm telling the same story. They don't believe me. People, the big kids at the VIP hear me tell, oh, Shonie quit it. Vadim Finkelstein is there. I did not know it. In other suits. Oh, Shonie, we see you made it. You want to wrestle Bear again? I said, what you say? Vadim! Holy shit! Sifu Goldberg. Nobody told me Vadim is here. If people, you youngins, this guy is the guy who was the manager of Fedor Emelianenko. They knew me before y'all knew me.
This is before Khabib's the hot.
Right.
He's not even around.
This is
Right.
These are the OGs.
Fedor, Fedor and Alexander. Alexander was on the same fight card as me. And so I was listening, that's their manager. And Vadim was like, you want to wrestle Bear again? I'm like, stop it. I'm 1-0. I'm retiring undefeated versus the Bear. Everybody's like, wait, he isn't lying? No, he wrestled Bear. Good luck.
What did Michael Jai White think about that?
Michael couldn't say shit. Because other than his accolades in movies, which I'm still trying to work with him, because I've actually trained with him.
Yeah. And do you think he's good?
He's an excellent martial artist.
Yeah.
I got to give it to him. I don't know about his grappling. He says he's belted in jiu-jitsu. Who am I to say no?
He said he sparred, he used to spar with John Jones.
That I would believe.
Yeah.
He will.
Said he did good. He gave details. But
yeah.
Do you think
I've
he's good?
seen him move.
Yeah.
I mean, he does not move like you would think, like just a dojo-only martial artist.
Yeah.
I get. My only thing was that, like I said, he made the comment about Bruce Lee.
Yeah, he did.
And
that pissed a lot of people
off. People always ask me, I'm going to stop it. I said, what? I'm a different animal. And I tell people, I have friends that are martial artists. that can fight. I have friends that are martial artists that can fight, that are black belts that won't fight.
Yeah.
Maybe actually sort of like, damn, such a waste. I can make phone calls. But the thing is that I told people, I'm like, Shonie, how would you do against Bruce Lee? I said, well, it'd be interesting. Because, me at 150 pounds and him at 133 pounds, my wrestling pulse was 35 beats a minute. I was running a sub 5-minute mile for 10 miles. And I'm a different animal. I said, I'm not saying I wouldn't beat him. I wouldn't lose to him. I'd say I would love to have been in that circle of era to work out with him, just to learn from him.